All right, everyone. It is February 21st, 2011, about 8:30 p.m. Eastern on a Monday night. Welcome to Game Chat with Bwana, episode 10. We are here live at justin.tv/Bwana. About to get started. We got about 13 stories to talk about. And what we do at Game Chat with Bwana, just in case this is your first foray, just in case this is your first time riding a horse that's named GCWB. The horse is actually named GCWB. So if you want to ride the horse, you gotta say, "Giddy up, get your bubba, get your bubba." Yeah. So if this is the first time riding the get your bubba horse, what we do is that we talk about 13 stories, 12 stories, 14, 18. It varies. We're gonna talk about those stories first, and then towards the end of this show, you guys will get an opportunity to post your own links so that we can talk about those. All right. So, welcome to the Good Jabba Horse here at Game Chat Bwana. We're going to go ahead and get started. Y'all ready? Let's do this. And we're going to talk about the PS Tra, the PS Trace, the PS number 123785998-6, also known as the PS3. And this is an official statement regarding hacking the PS3. Now, a lot of people have been following this story, including us. We've been following this Game Chat with Bwana ever since, I think, like episode 7, when the hacks first came out. And we were talking about how it could affect the whole PS3 momentum, how it can make the PS3 sales suffer, how it can affect the software sales. And I was kind of taken back because I was like, man, I was rooting for the PS3 to do a whole lot. I was rooting for the PS3 to overtake the 360. Because I just like the underdog. I just like following the underdog. And when the PS3 came out with their launch titles this year, I was like, okay, this is the year that the PS3 is definitely going to overtake the 360 and take that number 2 spot, while the Wii's like way in no man's land that nobody's ever going to catch the Wii. So here is Sony's official statement. Their official statement, and this is actually, I think it's well said. In a nutshell, they say that if you are caught using quote-unquote circumvention devices and pirated software, that your membership to the PlayStation Network will be terminated permanently. That includes access to the Curiosity services as well. They explained that this is a violation of international copyright laws, blah, 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 blah. It's an update to the terms of service that you actually have to accept in order to use the PlayStation Network, which is a free service. And this is on the blog. It says circumvention devices and game piracy damage our industry and can potentially injure the online experience for you, our loyal PlayStation customers, via hacks and cheats. Now, there's a lot of controversy. There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of opinions about where Sony has gone too far with this type of thing. Where Sony, it all I think a lot of it starts, and the arguments that people are making, it all starts from when Sony removed the other OS capability on the PS3. And I wasn't happy with it. Even though I hadn't used it in like years, I wasn't happy that Sony was taking away features no matter what they was. But I wasn't that upset that I would go and do what these guys have done. So what they're doing is that they are taking steps into their own hands to make this device openly accessible as possible to homebrew and other things as well. Now there's a huge price to pay when you open up these devices. It opens it up to piracy. Now I know GeoHot and a lot of the hackers out there who are doing this, they are taking an open stance, a public stance, to say that we don't condone piracy, that we don't agree with piracy. And I ranted about this on a previous show. You can't separate the two. I mean, when you're circumventing the protection, the anti-piracy protection, so that you can do something else, it is opening another door. And they're trying to ignore that. They're trying to justify that. But whether they condone piracy or not, they are enabling it big time. Now, so whether Sony was right or wrong, and this is my opinion, whether Sony was right or wrong in removing other OS, to me, does not justify these actions. It just doesn't justify, taking away and removing this circumvention or removing this circumvention protection. Now, this is what I got to say. If you don't like the circumvention protection, if you don't like the anti-piracy measures, don't buy the PS3. People, they make this argument that I buy it so I can do whatever I want with it, and that's not the case. That's just not how law works. That's how people want it to work. That's just not how it works. And then when they violate that, they feel like, oh, it's mine. I should be able to do what I... Well, a lot of things you buy are not yours, including your house. Don't pay taxes on your house. See what happens. They're going to take it away. You're essentially buying a spot to rent when you buy a house in the United States. So it's my opinion, and it's a lot of people that I know who share this opinion but won't speak out about it. Is that I think they're completely wrong for doing this, for circumventing this, and I'm completely behind utilizing the PS3 the way Sony wants it to. Even if they're evil, even if they do stuff wrong, I'll speak out about it. But I'm not gonna turn around and do something wrong myself. I'm pretty sure a lot of you don't agree with that. I don't really care. I'm just not going to turn around and do something wrong just because I think Sony did something wrong. I'll speak out about it, but I'm not going to turn around and hack the device. So this is what they're saying, that they're going to ban you from the PlayStation Network. Now, we're going to move on to the next story, and it's kind of related. That's why I'm not going to pause in between it. Is because the hacker GeoHot, he's one of the main guys who's outspoken about this. He's one of the main, I don't know if he's actually the one who discovered everything, but he's been releasing a lot of software. So Sony's been in court basically trying to do a lot of things to him. They've tried to seize his hardware so that they can search it. I think that was sent to a third party, so Sony can't actually take it themselves, but a third party can actually take it and do some things. And there's a long there's a long drawn out process that's about to happen. So what GeoHot did is that he put up a webpage and asked for donations so that he can get legal representation. He wants the best lawyers possible to fight Sony. And he did a rap and he did some other things. If you read what he says, he's basically going on to say that Sony is bullying him. And we shouldn't take that, so we should donate money so that he doesn't get bullied in court by Sony. That's what I took away from it. And I'm not going to knock him asking for donations. If people want to donate to him, fine. I didn't donate because I don't agree with what he's doing. But he claims that Sony's trying to use his case as a warning and has a team of 5 lawyers ready to rake him into court to send a message to other hackers. He also points out that the other hackers have lost court battles not because they were wrong, but because they lacked the money to mount a defense. So this sounds like total justification of what he's doing, and I really believe he thinks he's right. He really thinks he's got a noble cause of circumventing these devices, these copper protection. Like he's serving as a martyr of some sort. I personally don't agree with it 100%. I mean, and I know a lot of other PS3 players, especially those guys who are suffering right now on the PS3 as a result of these hacks, as a result of this circumvention. There's a lot of games that are unplayable that I hear about. I haven't seen it personally, but the hacks are growing. People are hacking games. They're pirating games. And it's just getting out of control quickly to where the platform's going to be unplayable if you're, a legitimate customer. And, while we can turn and blame Sony to fix it, these guys have opened Pandora's box. Like I said, by removing that piracy protection, it's just all kinds of nonsense that's going to happen, and we are going to suffer. All because of Linux. Let's go back to that. Let's go back to Linux. Now, these guys were very, very upset that Sony took away other OS. I would put all kinds of numbers of peanuts on it. I got a lot of peanuts. I'll put a lot of peanuts that probably 80% of them never even used other OS or had zero intention of using other OS. All these guys hacking. I bet none of them had no intention of using other OS or Linux. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I'll put so many peanuts on it. I bet it was just a small handful. And I was on the mailing list for a long time that was talking about other OS, and there was a lot of people using it for some very cool stuff, including scientific applications. Even I think the Navy was involved with some things. That's not these guys. That's really and other OS. Frankly, I don't know if you guys ever tried it. It's basically running Linux on the PlayStation 3. It was slow. You could do basic things like run OpenOffice at a really slow speed. You could have a web browser on it. It would be really, really slow because what Sony did is that they didn't give you access to the full hardware set. You didn't have access to all of the GPU capability. So while people think that they could use other OS to do some emulation or do some SNES 9X stuff, it just ran atrociously slow. So I really have a huge I got a lot of confidence that a lot of these guys involved with this had no intention at all of using other OS, and that is their reasoning. That's their whole big argument, is that evil Sony took away Linux, so we're going to punish them. So I like I said, he's already got all of the money. He asked for it, and he got all the money. So it's going to be a big legal battle, and the tools are still going to be released. Whatever Sony does, now that's out on the internet, that the tools are going to be released. Sony's doing all they can to fight it. Now, I'm not saying Sony's completely innocent. Don't get me wrong, guys. I don't think Sony's completely innocent, but I'm not the school that if somebody's wrong, I'm not going to turn around and do wrong back at them. That's just the way I am. So I can't justify it. Even though Sony's wrong, I can't justify coming back and doing something which they know is wrong. They got to know this is wrong. This is part of the appeal of hacking. You are doing something that you aren't supposed to be doing to try to find out how things work. That's how a lot of things happen. That's how a lot of innovations happen. That's why a lot of people like the EFF are behind this. They're like, you can't stop the hacker movement because that's where innovation comes from. Well, these guys are clearly breaking the terms of service, the terms of agreement of the system. So if you want to hack away the PS3, fine, do it. But you can't get on PSN. You can't use the PlayStation Network. And that is what Sony was saying in the previous story. If you're going to hack, if you're going to do all this, we're going to ban you from the PlayStation Network. You can do whatever you want, but you are not going to come on and ruin everybody else's experience. That's the part that they're leaving out. It's all these people, they're hacking this device and they're ruining it for everybody else. And they think they're making it better, but it's the opposite effect. They're ruining it. And we see it on the PC platform. You see it on the 360 with the J-taggers. The hackers, they ruin the games every time. So check the story out, Escapist Magazine. The other one I think was on Game Politics. You can check it out. So we're going to move on to the next story, which is something a little bit of a better note. It's I don't know. I'm trying to decide how I feel about this because I like a lot of Sega Let me read the article first. PlayStation Plus users get free timed exclusives of Genesis games starting in March. So the latest venue, same set of Genesis ports seen everywhere else on the PlayStation 3's PlayStation Network, blah, 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 starting with the March 1 release of Sonic the Hedgehog, which is free to PlayStation Plus on April 5th. Sonic 2, Streets of Rage 2, Golden Axe 2, Comic Zone, and Ultra Beast will all follow on the day that the previous game is removed. So you're going to have timed access to these particular games. Now, I looked at this, and I was like, okay, that's cool. But why not just give us the games? Or just one or two of the games? I'm like, okay, you get timed exclusives, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. You get to buy the game first. I want the game for free. I don't want to have a window to buy it first. So, I don't know. It's almost like the timed exclusive DLC you see on the 360 with everything else. You get access to it first. I don't know. I'm a big fan of Genesis games. This is kind of good if you're a PlayStation Plus member. Now, I'm not going to knock PlayStation Plus because PlayStation Plus has paid for itself 10 times over already for me. So it's well worth the money to get PlayStation Plus. But this particular offer, you know, I saw Genesis and I saw PlayStation Plus. I was like, oh, cool, we're going to get free games. We're going to get free games. Never mind. No free games. You get timed exclusive access to buy the game. So check this out. Joystick.com has the details on that particular story. It's not, like I said, it's not something I'm terribly excited about, but I think it's worth mentioning on the show. Now, let's talk about another PS3 game, which is also on the PC platform, and that's DC Universe Online. And we got to talk about this subject that I think a lot of console gamers are missing. In like the late 90s, I think it was 97-ish through 99, there was this genre of games introduced called MMORPGs. Okay. MMORPGs were an online-based game where you got to play online with a quote-unquote massively amount of people, massively multiplayer online role-playing game. So you would take the experience of a role-playing game, RPG, what we called it, and you could play with your friends. You can party up, you can group up and kill the big bad dragon. So in order to provide new content, in order to maintain the servers, in order to maintain everything, we would pay a monthly fee. A monthly fee would range from $12 to like $15 a month. Back then, I think it was even that much, like $9, $10, $12, $15 a month. So we got accustomed to paying this money and getting like a patch every month. And this patch would bring in new content. It would bring in balance fixes. It would bring in new areas. It would bring in new monsters. It would bring in all kinds of cool, new, fresh stuff. And we would just keep playing it. And this was very common on the PC platform back then. You know, MMOs, the EverQuest craze was big. It was all over the news. People were getting divorced over this game, putting so many hours into it. So now the MMO and the MMO on the MMO genre is kind of making its way to the console today. And that whole mindset, I think, of what I just described, that whole history is escaping some people. They don't realize that this game is an MMORPG that you have to pay for monthly. A lot of people got bit just by this story right here. They bought the game thinking that they would be able to play it, even though the game asked for a credit card to create an account. I don't know how they did. And they wanted to sell it after they were done with it. It's like, all right, I'm not going to pay for it. I'm not going to play for more than a couple months. I'm just going to play it a couple weeks and sell it. Well, guys, MMORPG games don't work exactly like the other games. You have an account key associated with the game. So when you buy the game, we do this all the time on the PC platform, so it's kind of like second nature. When you buy the game, you get a key. That key is the access to create that account. That's how people have multiple accounts. They'll go out and buy a second copy. They'll activate a second key. With DC Universe Online, once you use that key, it's just like a registration key. It's gone forever. The whole notion of registration keys in games is new, kind of new to the console gaming market. Because, that's why we can sell games over and over again on the console gaming market, because there's not really a registration key per game. With MMORPGs, you have to register the game through the key in order to get your account created, to get your character created. So that's why you can't buy DC Universe Online used, and that's why you can't sell it. Once somebody buys it, uses the key, it's no longer valid. It's just a disc that you can hang up, put in your closet. You see people who play MMOs, they got like a whole shelf full of like MMO boxes of all the games they've played. They can't sell those games. They can give away their account. We see that all the time. People sell their accounts online, but they give you the key, or they give you the account access, like the username and password for it, but you can't really sell the game media itself. So that's what this story's talking about on GamePolitics.com. Once you have consumed that key, you can't use it anywhere else. So, guys, if someone's going to try to sell you a used copy of DC Universe Online, if someone's trying to sell you or tell you that you can sell your copy of DC Universe Online, you might want to check out this article, because no, you can't. And there's very few MMOs that allow you to do that. So, yeah. So check the story out. GamePolitics.com has the story on that site. Now we're going to talk about another PC game that everybody's been following here. I would say I am going to say everybody, because I think everybody in my community actually knows about it, or is anxiously awaiting to play it, and that's Portal 2. So Gabe Newell, the self-proclaimed czar of Valve software, the beloved Gabe, has said that Portal 2 development is complete. Everything is finished with Portal 2. Basically, the quote is, "We just finished Portal 2. It's pretty much put to bed, and we're just waiting for final approvals and to get the discs manufactured." So it's going to be released on April 18th, 2011. So it's kind of done early. I mean, Gold Masters are usually a couple weeks, maybe 2 to 3 weeks before they get done. I'm thinking about PC. Maybe on the consoles there's a longer certification process. That could be it. Because this game is coming to the PS3 and the 360, so there's probably a longer certification process over there. But hey Gabe, why don't you just put it on Steam for us PC players? Can you put it on Steam for us PC players? Well, the game's not actually early. It was supposed to be released originally like now, and it's not out. So it's technically late, but they did push the release date back. So Gabe, why don't you just give us PC players a secret URL? Give us a secret password. Give us the blue key. And we can go up and get an early release card. The game looks really, really good. Really, really good. I've seen some of the first level gameplay. I didn't want to ruin it. There was some gameplay footage released of the very first levels. And it looks pretty good. So check it out, guys. This is over on PlayStationLifestyle.net. They got more details over there. Now we're going to move on to the next story. And this is probably going to be my favorite story of the night. Rock, Paper, Shotgun has posted an article called, and these articles they're like flypaper for a discussion. The 122 best PC games of the last 22 years. Just these crazy numbers. 22 best PC games of the last 22 years. And they got a list. Oh, it's a big list. And it's from 1989 to today, to 2011. And I looked through this list, and there were some disagreements. I didn't agree with everything. In fact, I noticed some blatant omissions. Some blatant omissions. Oh, Rock, Paper, Shotgun. Let's go through the list, shall we? Behold the list. Now, in 1989, there's this game called Minesweeper. And I think everybody I go back to Windows 3.1. If you own Windows 3.1 or used Windows 3.1, you probably played Minesweeper. Yeah, I'm guilty. I'm going to say I'm guilty. I played Minesweeper. Played a lot of it. I was very, very good at it. Played it for hours and hours and hours. I'm like, why do I like these little 1s and 2s and these flags so much? Oh, it's so fun. So fun. Minesweeper. 1990, Angband, Zangband, TK, and Red Baron. Can't say I played a lot of these, but I did hear of Red Baron. Okay. 1995. I'm sorry, 1991. I get the 95. I don't know. 1991, Lemmings. Everybody remembers Lemmings, right? Old game. Monkey Island 2, Sensible Soccer. Good titles, decent titles. 92. Here's where Bwana really got addicted to PC games. Dune 2. Oh, I'm glad they put this here. Dune 2 was the birth of the real-time strategy genre. I don't think a lot of people know that. I don't think a lot of people know that. But prior to Dune 2, real-time strategy did not exist. It was all turn-based. Real-time strategy was birthed with Dune 2. Dune, not Doom. Dune 2 by Westwood Studios, which will later be followed up by Command & Conquer, so on and so forth. Love this game. Wormside. Harkonnen units approaching. Oh, still got like great memories. Came on 4 floppies. Nom 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 nom. Flashback. Football Manager, formerly Championship Manager. Ultima Underworld and Ultima 7. Great list of titles. Gaming was booming about this time. 93, Day of the Tentacle. Doom. You guys know Doom. I'm pretty sure you do. Frontier Elite 2. Syndicate. Yep. 94 brought us Sid Meier's Colonization in SimCity 2000. System Shock. Come on, guys. You guys know System Shock, right? If you don't, well, there's this game called BioShock. Kind of a little bit related. They both got shock in the title. Shocking, isn't it? TIE Fighter. XCOM UFO Defense. If there's one game one retro game that you want to try and you haven't tried one, get XCOM. Get XCOM UFO Defense. People still play this game. I haven't played it in a long time, but people play this game so much still. It is such a good game. XCOM UFO Defense. Check it out, guys. Buy it, purchase it, do what you got to do. XCOM UFO. 1995. Here comes the second wave of real-time strategy. Command & Conquer was released. Descent. Everybody remember. I don't know if you remember Defense. Not Defense, but Descent. It was one of the first games that was touted as being 3D gaming because you had, there was no ceiling, there was no floor. It was like everywhere. And this was one of the first games that literally made me sick. I was literally sick to my stomach because you would just be spinning all different kinds of directions. It was way before its time. Descent. It was a really, really good game. Warcraft 2, Tides of Darkness is the follow-up to the original Warcraft. And that was real-time strategy right there. Okay, Duke Nukem 3D came out in 96. Mech Warrior 2, I'm just going to go through these real quick. Quake, Sid Meier's Civ 2, Terra Nova. 97, we had Blade Runner, Close Combat. Dungeon Keeper, Fallout series was born. Total Annihilation, TA. That was another real-time strategy. 98, Baldur's Gate 2, Battlezone, Falcon, Grim Fandango, Half-Life. Half-Life. How many people remember the first time they played Half-Life? I know I do. I remember that portal opening, and I literally fell out of my seat. Jedi Knight, Thief, Dark Project. Age of Empires 2, 99. Counter-Strike, big time for mods. Counter-Strike was one of the biggest commercialized game mods out there. Still to this day. It's been one of the most popular games played on Steam. Quake 3 Arena, System Shock 2, Urban Chaos. Again, these are a lot of different mods here that came out. Alien vs. Predator. 2000, we got Diablo 2, Deus Ex, Combat Mission, Ground Control, The Sims, blah, 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 blah. Going on, Tribes 2. That's my favorite from 2001. You guys may remember Uplink. Pretty cool game. 2002, Morrowind, Elder Scrolls, Neverwinter Nights. 2003, Beyond Good and Evil, Call of Duty, EVE Online. This is 2003. Knights of the Old Republic, Max Payne 2. I'm big disagreement there. Max Payne 1 was infinitely better than Max Payne 2. Unreal Tournament 2004, probably the best of the whole series. I gotta agree with that. Prince of Persia, very good. PlanetSide, often overlooked title. I'm glad they caught that. PlanetSide there. 2004, City of Heroes, Half-Life 2, Red Orchestra, Rome Total War, Warhammer 40k, World of Warcraft. 2005, Battlefield 2, Darwinia, Guild Wars, so on and so forth. So the newer titles are pretty much showing up here. You can check out the entire list. Minecraft is in 2009. Mass Effect 2 and StarCraft 2 are in 2010. Now, I saw some glaring omissions. I didn't see StarCraft anywhere. I didn't see EverQuest anywhere. I didn't see... what was another one I didn't see? I didn't see the original Unreal. Didn't see that, which was a huge huge step. I didn't see Hexen. I don't think people remember Hexen was awesome. Hexen, man, so many great games out there. I guess they can only limit it to 122, so you can check out this particular article about that. I don't know. It was a good list, really good list. If I make 122 of mine, there'll probably be a lot of titles from the same company. So check it out, guys. Rock Paper Shotgun, great article. You can reminisce and go back. And actually, if you weren't born back then or you weren't gaming back then, you can learn some history on what games people liked back then. So now we're going to talk about Minecraft in our next story. And this is a very, very cool project. It's a Minecraft documentary, and it's been worked on for a little bit. And they've released a short kind of a work in progress proof of concept video in order to in order to raise money so that they can complete it. And they're asking to raise $150,000 in the next 32 days. I'm going to play a little snippet here. Hold on. Let's play a little part of it.
It took like a week off during the Christmas and New Year's, and it was just like almost emotional, like kind of weird, like, oh, okay, all this has happened and I haven't really relaxed until now, like, you know. And then when I came back to the office, it felt really good. Just first thing I did was work like 12 hours.
So that's the Minecraft developer Notch. He's featured in this documentary, and they're asking to save. They're trying to raise $150,000 so they can do the full video. This is a 20-minute short, 21 minute actually, that you can check out. It looks very good. You can see it's pretty high quality. But if you go to the site that's linked on here, and you can check out the links in our show notes. They've already raised almost $20,000, and they have 441 backers already, with 32 days to go. So they're well on their way. I mean, that's a lot of money that they've raised already. So if you want to pledge, you can go to this site and you can donate money towards this particular project so that they can complete it. Actually, let me refresh. Yeah, looks like the amount has increased since I brought up the tab. They've almost made $1,000 more. So the number's going to keep going up if you want to contribute. Minecraft, the story of Mojang. I don't care what you call it. It's Mojang. People telling me it's Mohang or Mojang. I call it Mojang. It's not his Minecraft company. Inc. Not Squid Ink that you can use to die. But Minecraft Inc. Mojang. Check it out, guys. Kickstarter.com is the hoster of this. This particular tracker thing. You can go check it out and contribute to Minecraft, the story of Mojang. Check it out. And now we're going to move on to another Minecraft related story. And this is actually pretty cool. You guys may remember a while ago that some software developer out there tried to release an iPhone version of Minecraft, and he quickly got shot down by Notch's lawyers. They pretty much denied it, told him that he couldn't make it. It was pretty much a direct rip off of the. My brain is just elsewhere. Direct rip of the original game. So what they're gonna do, Mojang? I said it, Mojang is going to be releasing an official iPhone, iPad Minecraft app, and they've hired a new guy. His name is Aaron Nyman. Let's try this again. His name is Aaron Nyman. Oh, Aaron, I'm sorry, I'm butchering your name. Let's try it again. His name is Aaron Nine times. Nyman. Aaron Nyman. They're They're looking to release it on this year, 2011. I'm looking forward to it. I'm probably going to buy it day zero. And I'm probably going to stream it. I don't know. We'll have fun with it. But I'm looking forward to this. I'm a Minecraft. I like Minecraft. I'm a Minecraft fanatic, so iPhone version, iPad version would be a very, very cool thing to see. Check it out, guys. Joystick has a story over there. They got links to stuff. Now, tonight I watched a very, very interesting and a very, very action-packed show match in the StarCraft 2 between E.G. Idra and Liquid Genro. It was a very, very cool match. It had like 20,000 viewers on Justin.tv. If you guys missed it, you missed a great event. Towards the end of that show, they had a big announcement of a very, very brand new, I don't even know what to call it. It's an endeavor. And it's called the North American Star League, or NASL.
Perhaps I should talk about it like this. It would be very, very appropriate to talk about nasal using this particular voice.
Little Steve Urkel right there. NASL, North American Star League. And what this is going to be, if you're familiar with the Global Star Crafting League over in Korea, this is kind of going to be the North American equivalent, except there's going to be some differences. They're going to have 5 matches per week, all right, every night. I'm not going to say 5 matches. They're going to have 5 nights of matches a week. 3 hours of StarCraft 2 matches with 50 of the top players in the world or in the country. And we get to vote who gets to play. So they're going to have a system where we can vote who can be in this top 50. And check this out, guys. They've allocated $400,000 over 3 seasons. $100,000 for season 1, $100,000 for season 2, $200,000 for season 3. That's a lot of money to be giving to some people playing video game. So this is a big shot in the arm for esports, especially if you're into StarCraft like I am, StarCraft 2. I pretty much played this game all day today. It's kind of funny. I had the day off for President's Day, and I spent the whole time playing StarCraft 2, failing at it miserably. But there's a lot of cool stuff in here. You can check it out. Go to G4 TV. They got an exclusive interview with EG's own In Control. He goes by the name Jeff Robinson. That's his real name, but he recently started streaming on Justin.tv as well. In Control, very, very well-known StarCraft Gosu coach. Guy knows his stuff. He's a great coach. Been around a long time. Charges like $100 an hour for StarCraft 2 coaching. He's very, very renowned. So he's going to be the figurehead for this thing. And they announced this whole thing after the finale, after the last match of E.G. Idra and Liquid Genro, 2 of the top StarCraft 2 foreign players, if you will. These 2 are well known in Korea. They're well known all over the world. They're Code S players. Very, very cool. So check it out, guys. This is going to be very, very exciting when this starts rolling out, because we don't have to stay up till 5 in the morning or wake up to 5 in the morning to watch GSL. We can now watch
Nasal. We're going to be able to watch Nasal on our television sets, or perhaps our laptops, depending on what we want to do with Nasal. Because Nasal is going to be for North American StarCraft.
You get the idea. Get on my whole nerves with that. Check it out, guys. G4TV.com. You can go to nasal.tv if you want to watch the little promo video. Very, very cool stuff. Check it out, guys. And for our final story, we're going to talk about NVIDIA. 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 I don't know what that even means. NVIDIA has announced a quad-core CPU and a 12-core GPU. You're probably going, well, Bwana, that's so. I have a 16,000 core machine in my basement which can simultaneously calculate what you are thinking tomorrow while playing a game of World of Warcraft and StarCraft 2 on one particular core and stream it live at 720p to Justin.tv so your 12-core did get G. This is on a mobile device. On a mobile device. These are mobile. This is not a computer per se. This is not a tower. It's not even a laptop. This is mobile. Mobile. So what does that mean? What does that mean? That means that these tiny mobile processors could theoretically support smartphones, cell phones, or tablets. Yes. 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 They're calling it Kal-El. Ooh, do you get the reference? I don't know if they get the reference. Do you get the reference? Kal-El? 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 Do you know what Kal-El? Do you know what Kal-El means? Anyone? Bueller? Does the name Clark Kent mean anything for you people who don't know how to look at somebody under their glasses and know what they are? Kal-El. Superman. This is his birth name. Kal-El. Very, very, very cool name. And it's support for 3D stereo. Look at this. 2560 by 1600 resolution support. 5x Tegra 2. So you could theoretically hook up your mobile device to your high-def television and play high-def. It's going to be very cool, man. This is some very, very cool technology. Support for some very insane graphics running on a mobile platform. Wow. I remember years ago that people were talking about that the desktop was dying, that the desktop was dead, and you know, people were like saying, "Oh, laptops are catching up with desktops because you can play anything on a laptop that you can play on the desktop." And then all of a sudden, these new games came out and these new video cards came out that pretty much obsoleted everything on the mobile platform. And the PC just and the desktop platform just like skyrocketed and moved forward. Now, here we are again at a crossroads. Now, is this the moment where mobile gaming will theoretically overtake the coveted desktop gaming? With something like a 12-core GPU with supports of 2560 by 1600, it might just be the beginning of something big. I don't think it's ready. I don't think it's quite there yet, but it's getting close. Because for every 12-core NVIDIA Kal-El, there's going to be a 7 billion core new video card that's going to be $1,200 that's coming out. Oh, man. I don't know. I
do not know.
You can check this out. GottaBeMobile.com has the details about this brand new chip announced by NVIDIA, so check it out. And that concludes all the stories we have for Game Chat 1 episode 10. Wow. It's 9:17 p.m., so we almost went an hour. And this is the point where we will ask you in the chat to share anything you have in terms of links. Now, before you post a link, you need to ask a moderator for permission. And once you ask the moderator for permission to post a link, you need to tell them what the link is. And you need to validate that the link is at least a week old. If it's greater than a week old, not at least a week old, but you know, newer than a week old. If it's older than a week, we don't want to talk about it. All right. So make sure that the link is fairly new, and you can post it and we can talk about it here. Okay, Tyler Man has a link. Jerks. Oh, I love that word. That's you jerk. I say that all the time. Jerks should be charged accordingly in multiplayer. Head of Valve has come out and said that that annoying and jerk players in multiplayer games should be charged accordingly to reflect their actions. Talking to the sports and entertainment marketing class at a high school, he explained how multiplayer games like TF2 and Counter-Strike have often seen two predominant figures that are frequently appearing in game, that being the friends that everyone likes and the others being jerks. The other two sets of people are creating two sets of value for everybody else, blah, 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 blah. He suggested that unorthodox players should go and set up their own servers where other people who share their gaming tendencies could come together. You know, that whole dedicated server thing that we talk about all the time on the PC platform. You know, that kind of thing. These sort of ideas all come with valid investigations of how you create custom blah blah blah. So, very very cool. Maybe we can play a little bit of the story. Hold on, I don't know what this video is. Oh, it's 42 minutes. Never mind, that's the whole thing. Very cool link though. Thanks for the link. Let's see. We got one from Leafer. I just lost it in the link. Here we go. Oh, you know what? I think I forgot to talk about this. I may have had it in my list. A new Medal of Honor sequel is coming out. Danger Close is going to be making a new Medal of Honor. So those of you, there's a lot of people who consider Medal of Honor to be a failure because it didn't overtake Modern Warfare. And that's quite not the case. The game was actually sold very well enough for them to make a sequel. I think they had a lot of that. They sold a lot. I don't have the exact number in front of me, but they did have a post the other day announcing that they exceeded their expectations and they were very happy with the sales. So Danger Close is going to be doing a new title, Medal of Honor sequel. They're probably, I'm thinking they're going to be basing it off of Frostbite 2.0. Which was used in, it's going to be used in Battlefield 3. Honestly, I think the Unreal Engine did better than Frostbite and Medal of Honor. They should go with Unreal. I think it was the Unreal Engine they used. Okay, next story is Legend of Zelda. Legend of Zelda turns 25 today. Actually, let's add these to, I'm going to add these to my pinboard now. So people watching this can see these links and internal error has occurred because you are a jerk. And Gabe Newell agrees with me. There we go. So let's add this one too. 10. And this one, Legend of Zelda turns 25 today, which is February 21st. That's today. And celebrate in your own special way. There's a nice cake showing Link in the Triforce, and I don't know what that. Oh, that's a sword, I think. Okay. Wishing a happy 25th birthday to Legend of Zelda. Yeah, Legend of Zelda in the house. Hey, wait. On February 1st, 1986, Nintendo released a game in Japan. Blah 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 blah. Master Swords and blah 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 blah. Stuff. Zelda, happy 25th birthday. Next story is from Pickled Undead. Oh, I remember this story. This is stupid. Let's talk about this. Skyrim. They want you to name your babies Dragonborn. Skyrim developers want your babies. Let's make this smaller. They want your babies to be Dragonborn. Basically, they want you to name your babies Dragonborn. So you think you have the stat points to produce the Dragon Slayer? Like, Pete's throwing down the casual quest. That's not the quote I'm looking for. But they want you. Oh, man. They want you to name your babies Dragonborn. The perfect day for conceiving a baby to be born on November 11th, 2011 will be February 18th. So, oh man, they're going to offer a reward in-game if you name your baby Dragonborn. Sorry, guys. This is stupid. You can check it out. I won't do that if they paid me. Okay, the next link is from Pilot Guy. Homefront's propaganda gets personal. What's this all about? So apparently this looks like a marketing campaign. Voice of Freedom, a radio station that features the game Greater Korean Republic. I'm not sure what they're doing here. There have been leaked military documents, guide the Korean occupation, and even a shiny poster of the glorious leader. But now things are getting personal. Today we receive a grubby CD with a handwriting warning. David, GKR targeting you with propaganda. Be careful. I don't even know. What is this? What is this? I don't even. Moving on. I can't make heads or tails. That's terrible writing. I don't know what's happening there. Maybe I need to get the history of it. Legend of Zelda. Here we go. Connect for Windows SDK. I think we talked about this. No, we didn't. Connect for Windows SDK coming this spring from Microsoft. So it's actually going to be released. SDK for Windows. It's probably really going to increase sales for the Windows. Not for Windows, but for Connect. Which they'll probably tie to the 360 sales, of course. Software development kits coming for Windows this spring. So if you want to develop some apps, including Minecraft, there's some cool Minecraft stuff with the Connect for Windows SDK. You can check it out this spring, apparently, from this article. A lot of Connect hacks should be coming forth from the PC. Very cool. Okay. All right. I think that's a good stopping point for the night, guys. Thanks everybody for coming by tonight. We're here every Monday night. We try to do it every Monday night from 8 p.m. onward until my voice runs out or until I poop out, which is about now. You guys can check out the show on my YouTube channel. You can go to youtube.com/iobuffa, IOBUFFA, or you can come to Bwana.tv and you can watch my shows there as well. I encourage everyone to join our forums. Please. We have a great time there. We got a lot of people there. We talk about Minecraft. We talk about everything. We talk about gaming, technology, a lot of cool topics. And you can come by. Go to Bwana.tv/forums. And you can sign up there. We were using Zenforo forum software. Very, very cool. Sweet piece of software. We actually got it working on the iPhone this weekend. So we're using Forum Runner on the iPhone you can use your you can access our forum on your iPhone or Android device. Very, very cool stuff. All right, guys. Thanks for coming by. This is Game Chat Bwana episode. Oh, people have been asking me about intros and outros. If you have a music loop or something you want to share, whether it be a video, audio, intro, send it to intro@bwana.tv. Don't do it now because I haven't created the address yet. I need to write it down. intro@bwana.tv. Email it there. Email me a link or whatever, and I'll consider it for use. And if I use it, I'll give you credit. I'm trying to put together some intros and outros. I prefer audio jingles and things like that. Very, very cool stuff. Also, I do have plans to release MP3 versions of this show. If you do want to, use it as a podcast to carry with you on your iPod or iPod Touch or your Android device, or just listen to while you're surfing the web, I'm going to sign up with Blip TV's Pro service, which will automatically convert it to an MP3 file for me and post a podcast for me. So you guys can check that out. I'm going to probably start with this show and set that up. You can check out the show notes for the YouTube version and the show notes on the Bwana.tv version. I'll put the link to the audio version there as well. We're going to probably hook it up with the jingles at the end and all that stuff on the side. So I'm going to post it on the forum as well. So if you join our forum, you'll be in the know. All right? So join the forum. Yeah. Also, we need a name for this episode. Yeah, we need a name. Before we close out, we need a name for the show. I forgot all about that. horses. The GCWB horse. Pirates of the PS3. That's good. Dragonborn. Hey, we've got a new mascot. The Game Chat Bull. Dragonborn. I like Dragonborn. If I put that up there, it probably wouldn't make sense. I guess it would. Mommies don't let your baby grow up to be Dragonborn. Dragonborn Z. I'm liking Dragonborn though. All right, we're gonna go with Dragonborn. Congratulations to Ivansis. You win this week's title. Credit. You win bragging rights. Absolutely no prizes. You get bragging rights and bragging rights. I'm hunting for a wabbit with bragging rights. You get bragging rights to the next show. Ivansis. We're gonna call it Dragonborn. All right, guys. This is Game Chat 1 at episode 10. We're about to wrap it up here. We'll see you all next Monday night. Same time, same station. Everybody have a good night. Take care.